Hello, my wonderful learners. Welcome back to English Unlocked, the podcast. I am Teacher Emma. If you understand English, but you stop learning after a few weeks, this episode is for you. Today, we will talk about a very important idea. This idea helps you learn English without losing motivation. We will talk about a famous book. The book is called Start With Why. The author is Simon Sinek. Do not worry about the name of the author. Do not worry about difficult words. We will not use difficult words. I will not speak fast. I will not rush. We will learn slowly. We will learn clearly. And we will learn together. This book, Start With Why, is not only for business. It is about motivation. It is about meaning. It is about why you do what you do. And yes, this idea is very important for learning English. I see this problem many times. Many people start learning English with great excitement. They feel happy. They buy many books. They download many apps. They watch many videos. But after some weeks, the excitement stops. They stop learning. Why does this happen? The author says they stop because they start with what? They ask, what book should I use? What app is the best? What accent should I learn? But they forget something more important. They forget why. They forget to ask, why do you truly want to speak English? Why does English matter to you? Why is English a part of your life? We must answer these questions. We must answer them slowly. We must answer them clearly. We will use many examples to help us. All right, you can listen now. You can pause the audio if you need to. You can shadow. Repeat my words if you want to practice speaking. And you can think. Take a deep breath. Sit comfortably. And let us begin our thinking today. Let me ask you a very simple question. Why do you wake up in the morning? I am not asking, what do you do? I am not asking, where do you go? I am asking why. For some people, this question is difficult. They say, I do not know. Or they say, because I have to. The author, Simon Sinek, says something very interesting. He says people do not buy what you do. They connect with why you do it. He says you must not start with what you do. You must start with why you do what you want to do. This idea is the most important part of the book. He calls this idea the golden circle. Imagine 3 circles. They are one inside the other. The first circle is in the center. This center circle is why. The second circle is around the center. This circle is how. The third circle is the outside circle. This circle is what. The problem is that most people start from the outside. They start with the what. For English learners, they focus on the what books they want to use, what podcasts they want to listen to. Then, they talk about the how I use this method, how I study every day, how I watch videos. But very, very few people start with the why. Why do I want to speak English? Why does it truly matter to me? Starting with the why changes everything in your learning journey. Let me give you a clear example now. Many English learners say, I want to learn English because I need it. Please listen closely. This answer is not a strong why. Need is not strong. Need is actually weak. Need does not create strong energy. If you study just because you need a better job, or you must pass a test, the learning will feel like a heavy burden. Now, listen to these examples. These are strong why examples. 1. I want to learn English because I want to speak confidently when I travel. Confidence is a feeling. It is a strong why. 2. I want to learn English because I want a better job and a better future for my family. Future and security are strong emotions. 3. I want to learn English because I want to understand movies without subtitles. Independence and enjoyment are strong feelings. 4. I want to learn English because I want to feel proud of myself. Self-respect and pride are very strong why. When you know your strong why, something amazing happens. You do not quit easily. You do not stop after only one bad day of studying. You do not stop when you feel tired. Why? Because your strong why pulls you forward. The purpose, the why, is like a magnet. It pulls you past the hard days. Now let me share something important about our brain. The author says that our brain works in a special way. This is very important for learning a language. Our brain has two main parts for decision-making. The part of the brain that understands the why was the emotional part. This part is about your feelings. It is about your trust. It is about your belief. The part of the brain that understands the what was the logical part. This part is about facts. It is about lists. It is about information and rules. In language learning, you can know all the grammar rules. You can know many words. This is the what. But if you do not feel connected to English, if you do not have that emotional connection, you will stop. This is why many learners say, I know English, but I can't speak. They successfully learned the what, the lists, the rules, but they forgot the why, the belief, the feeling, the confidence. Let us look at a short story to make this clear. Imagine two students, Student A and Student B. Student A studies English every day. He opens the books, he listens to the audio, but he feels stressed, he feels forced, he feels tired. Why? Because his why is weak. He says, I study English because my teacher told me to. Or, I study English because I must pass an exam. This is external pressure. It makes him tired. Now, look at Student B. She studies English every day too, but she is smiling. She enjoys it. Why? Because her why is clear. She says, I study English because I want to talk to people from all countries. Or, I study English because I want to change my life. Same action, studying every day. But a different why leads to a very different result and feeling. Your brain listens to your why. Now, let me share another important idea. The author also talks about leaders. Great leaders do not say, here is what we do. They say, this is why we exist. And people follow them, not because they have to, but because they want to. You must apply this idea to yourself. You need to become a leader for your own learning. You lead yourself. You must stop saying, I have to study English. Instead, you must say, I choose to study English because it matters to me. This small change in words is huge. The phrase, I have to, feels heavy. It feels like a duty. The phrase, I choose to, feels powerful. It feels like a choice. Let us think slowly now. Let us reflect. Ask yourself this question. When I learn English, Do I feel pushed or do I feel pulled? If you feel pushed, it means you feel pressured, maybe by a test or a teacher. If you feel pulled, it means you have a purpose. Your own goal is guiding you. If you feel pushed, your why is unclear, and that is okay. That is why English Unlocked. The podcast is here. We do not shout at you. We do not rush you. We remind you why you started. When you remember your why, you do not need many motivation videos. You do not need many discipline tricks. You simply keep going. Now, I want to talk about the idea of clarity. The author says something that may surprise you very much. He says that clarity is more important than intelligence. Clarity is more important than talent. What does this mean for learning English? It means something very simple. People follow ideas because they are clear, not because they are smart. Many learners think, I need difficult words to sound smart. I need long sentences to sound advanced. But this is not true. Clear English is strong English. Simple English is powerful English. Let me explain with a simple example. Imagine two people speaking. Person A says, due to the fact that I was unable to attend the previously scheduled meeting, I would like to express my sincere apologies. Person B says, I'm sorry I couldn't come to the meeting. Which speaker feels clearer? Which one feels more human? Most people prefer person B. They prefer person B not because the grammar is perfect, but because the message is clear. It is human. The author explains that when your why is clear, the how and the what become simple. Confusion does not come from a lack of knowledge. Confusion comes from a lack of clarity. This happens often in language learning. Many learners feel confused because they try to learn everything at the same time. They study grammar rules, idioms, phrasal verbs, different accents, and endless new vocabulary. Their mind becomes very noisy. When there is too much noise, learning stops. Clarity means knowing what matters most. For example, at the A2 level, what matters most? Not perfect grammar, not rare, unusual words. What matters is being understood. If people understand your message, your communication is successful. The best communicators are not those who say the most words. They are those who say the clearest thing. You do not need to say a lot of words. You need to say what matters. Let's look at another example. Instead of saying, I'm in the process of attempting to improve my English speaking abilities, you can say, I'm learning to speak English better. The meaning is the same, but the message is clearer. Clear messages feel honest. They feel confident. And remember, confidence is not about speaking fast. Confidence is about calm. Now let me share the real secret with you. We must also talk about consistency of message. When your why is clear, your message stays the same. You do not change your plan every day. This is a big problem for many English learners. They change methods all the time. One week is only grammar. The next week is only vocabulary. The next week is only pronunciation. And then they do nothing. Why does this frantic switching happen? Because there is no clear why. When your why is clear, you do not jump all the time. You can say, my goal is to speak English calmly in daily life. If that is your why, then you only choose activities that support that why. You choose slow listening, you choose shadowing, you choose simple speaking practice. You do not choose everything. You only choose the what that supports your why. This focus reduces stress, and less stress means better learning. Now, the biggest question many learners ask me is, how do I keep going? How do I keep the motivation? You start learning English with strong energy, you feel excited, you feel hopeful. But after some time, the energy goes down. This is very normal. The author explains that energy is not enough. Motivation is an emotion, and emotion comes and goes. One day you feel motivated, the next day you feel tired. If you depend only on motivation, you will stop. This is why many learners quit. They say, I do not feel like studying today. Here is the key idea for success. People who succeed do not rely on motivation. They rely on belief and discipline. We must understand the word discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline means choosing again. It means choosing your why again, even on the bad days. Imagine this situation now. You come home very tired. You do not want to listen to English. You do not want to speak. If your reason, your why, is weak, you stop. You go to bed. But if your why is strong, something different happens. You say, I do not feel like it, but I know why this matters. And you do something small, maybe only 5 minutes of listening, maybe only one short audio lesson. That small action keeps the habit alive. The author talks about cause and effect. The cause is why you do something. The effect is what happens as a result. If the cause, the why, is strong, the effect, the progress, lasts. If the cause is weak, the effect disappears. Many learners look for easy tricks, new apps, new methods, but they do not fix the cause. The cause is always why. Finally, let us talk about the word burnout. Burnout means feeling completely empty and tired because you push too hard. Many English learners experience burnout because they study with pressure. They tell themselves, I must learn fast. I must speak perfectly. I must not make mistakes. This pressure creates huge stress, and stress blocks meaning. People who work for meaning last longer than those who work only for pressure. If you study English only for exams, only for scores, you will feel very tired. But if you study English because it is part of who you are becoming, because it connects to your future self, then even slow progress feels good. Think about two learners. Learner. A studies for 1 hour. He thinks, I studied 1 hour, and I still make mistakes. I am failing. Learner B studies for 1 hour. She thinks, I studied 1 hour because I am building my future. Same time spent, different feeling, different energy. Learner B is connected to her. Why? Your why does not need to be a big thing. It needs to be true. In English Unlocked, the podcast, we do not chase speed. We do not chase perfection. We chase meaning. Because when learning has meaning, it lasts. Thank you so much for listening to this important episode of English Unlocked, the podcast. I am Teacher Emma, and until next time, remember to keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.